I'm glad you talk about the history, and I'm glad you're talking about the mind state of what it is to be an entrepreneur. Because the first job a man really gets, especially a man of color in this country, the first job you get is the job of survival. Because your life is in danger every day. By putting your work ethic into making a lifestyle and a way of living for yourself, you've conquered where many people try to kill your mind. Tell me, what was the first success story you had as an entrepreneur and how that helped you boost your life?
Oh man, I want to say it was 2000 and, no, I'm lying, even before that. I started off with a studio in the basement at my parents' house. Music studio, recording individuals, and just pretty much with that, like, that's where I started at. And not alone that, I was working with my pops on cars, from, like I was saying earlier, plowing, pretty much landscaping, period. Like, so that's where it clicked. Like, this is what you need to do so you can survive. Then no one can actually take it from you. You know, when you have your own, it's only up to you if you want to allow somebody to have it.
I salute you and your father, for one, because I heard a young man say in one of my favorite shows I ever watched, our generation died when our fathers was born, which means that men did not step up to the plate to honor the youth with knowledge. I had an elder come to me and say, young man, I apologize to you because we dropped the ball. Instead of taking y'all to church and teaching you that reading is the first gift of wealth, we left y'all to run crazy in the street. As being a father, you've established a foundation. So not only are you leaving something so your children don't run crazy, you're giving them a means of education in which they will be able to fund their lives and benefit from family connections. How does being a family aid the entrepreneurial? How does it aid in beating the struggle of being an entrepreneur and making the entrepreneurial spirit fulfilling?
Run the question one more time.
Being a father, how does it make you a better entrepreneur and makes the spirit of it better than just doing it?
Well, being a father, you know, if you really want to get a little bit deep on it, it is your kids first, you know, your spouse, your kids, but then after that, you're a father to these kids that's in these streets as well. Like, they look up to you. Like, you gotta show them a way out. They don't know any way if you're not teaching them. Like, I know you have the people out there that's toting guns or selling dope or whatever the case may be, but that's all the negative image of what they're seeing. Like, they see that on a day-to-day. If you walking down the street and you see them, just a hello, that's teaching them to communicate. Or they see you, you know, in the store, and just say they only got $1, this stuff costs $2. Got the register to say, hey, $2. Well, I only got this. Got the register to say, no, I can't take it. If you got it, pull it out your pocket, give it to them. You're teaching them to not only to respect people, but also to value other people, you know, how they are living, their lifestyle. And that's something that you instill into your children. You want to make sure they respect individuals, like, at all times. You want to make sure they're well represented. You know, my household, we give clothes away. We get clothes from people. I don't care about hand-me-downs. Because at the end of the day, that's showing people, like, this is real. Life isn't, you just go to the store, cop this, cop that. No. You actually got to work for it. Don't take it. That's really,
it.
Yeah. Like, that comes back to the hustle. You got to hustle to show them.
But even in what you said, you're instilling the name. Because the foundation of anything is, from what my partner once told me, you have to have an elevator speech. So if anybody asks you who you are, you got that spill ready so people know what they're getting into. But let's take it a little deeper. When you establish the foundation, you establish your morals.
Yes.
You establish your law.
Yeah.
You establish your code.
Okay.
And that establishes your name.
Okay.
For it was written, A good name lasts longer than the sweet sense of a perfume, because names last generations.
Absolutely do.
So, as building an entrepreneurial spirit and giving it to your children, you're building a brand and a name that can last generations if they so take care of it.
Yes.
As an entrepreneur, what is the battle that you fight with the brand name rather than your good name?
The battle that I fight.
Yeah. I mean, if somebody says, why should I get an NJ Get It Done shirt for $25 in a bag, or I can get this, whatever anybody wears now, because all the clothes suck, in my opinion. Because somebody tried to sell me a t-shirt for $70. I said, go to hell, close your store. That's the problem. But, that's a true story. But, people be like, why should I get that when I can get this, and everybody know that, and I'll look, Tell me about that battle and how you fight it.
How I fight that battle is really just keep pushing. You can't stop bringing it down to the instance you say you won't spend $70 on a shirt. My shirts are on sale right now. These are $25, the other ones are $20. These are technically $45. The time and effort that I put into the shirt, I spent long hours. Like, the shirt is branded. You don't find no gilding in the back of the shirt. You don't find no just random stuff on the shirt. Like, the shirt's is clean. Like, it's the time and the effort. Time and effort that I put into it.
Well, that's the name. That's the brand.
Yeah.
It's the hard work.
Yeah.
That's the key of entrepreneurialism, is the hard work. When most of these people don't even want to work hard. You know how many people beg for free beats? You know how many people beg for guest features and don't want to pay? You know how many people want you to shoot videos for them and they don't want to pay? I'm sure you know.
Hold on. There are people out there who want to work but don't have the financial means.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
No, because those are people who are trying to achieve.
Okay.
But there are people who don't give a damn. And what they
go.
want is, what can you do for me? I call it a hoe mentality. The Bible said another time when God was pissed off with Israel, you are a reverse prostitute. People are supposed to pay you for your goods, yet you pay people to sleep and rob you.
Okay.
And that's what I think we're doing. Too many people are mouth hustling and giving away their secrets without people saying, that's a good person right there, let me support. Because by supporting Mr. Socialist, entrepreneur, you help one, teach one. And if you teach one, you build one. And then one builds, you build another one, and that's community. Mm-hmm. So-called African American culture is not built on community, it's built on Reaganomics. Which means, as an entrepreneur, I make a good, I want to sell it to you. But another entrepreneur will be like, F that. I'm your competition, because you ain't going to sell more shirts than me. And then that's where we destroy the entrepreneurial communal spirit. How do you think we remedy that?
How do we fix it? Or
Sure.
Okay.
Remedy, fix, cure, whatever word you want to use.
So, how do we fix that problem is don't run from those people. I feel like actually approaching those people and then trying to go into business as long as you can assist them with correcting their mind thinking and help them to understand. That's one of the end goals, because if they're going down that path of the way they're thinking, just imagine who's coming behind them. My sons, my daughters, like everyone is coming behind them. You know, like that's something I feel like you have to help build. And if you can't build them, sad to say, separate yourself from them. And some people don't like, some people call it bad mouthing, some people call it whatever they want to call it. But if I know you ain't no good, I'm gonna make sure if my man's just trying to talk to you about business, I'm gonna put him up on game, because the simple fact is I have to make sure my family don't get hurt. Because if they get hurt and they find out that I've done business with you, now I'm just as bad as the first person.
I respect that. And I ask you this in theory. What is the job of a magnet?
To opposites attract.
What is the job of a
job
magnet?
To connect.
Wrong.
What is it?
The magnet is to detract and attract at the same time.
Okay.
For instance, if you put two magnets together of opposite poles,
Okay.
they connect. That's a building mechanism. That's each one teach one. That's entrepreneurialism. But if you put the magnets reversed, so that the same pole, they detract.
Okay.
They have to push away from each other because there's no connection.
Okay.
The magnet is basically a representation of the spirit of men. Because when you're like-minded, you build. When you're not like-minded, you have to separate.
Okay.
And it doesn't mean that it's bad. It means you're allowing yourself to connect in other places so you can make your agenda known.
Okay.
What is the agenda of Get It Done? And how are you attracting people to your brand?
The agenda of Get It Done is to help. First off, we're a clothing line. Like we're an apparel company. Recently, we did a launch.
It was dope.
And it was real dope. It was lit. And I worked with artists who created tracks for Get It Done. Not only did they not realize, but they're starting to recognize that I'm in the process of creating a conglomerate to help people to build. Even though me and you may not be able to connect on 100%, but I can still see the gift that you have, that you can bless others, and at the same time, it's helping yourself build up, and you're helping me build up as well. Because whether you see my wrongs or I see your wrongs, who's to say that we're actually wrong? We're just building off each other. And by me working with the artists, they created tracks for Get It Done. I'm shooting videos for them. Me and my partner under Eternity Productions Incorporated, we're shooting a free video. Well, Get It Done is shooting a free video with Eternity Productions Incorporated for those artists. And by them doing that, they're promoting my clothing inside their videos. I'm promoting them by shooting a video for them. They're promoting it. It's a sense of, you get the drift. It's a one hand wash the next. That way we can all help build each other. And I'm not with the nonsense. So if you want to come my way, don't even start to, because that's not who I represent. I will say no thank you to business before anything. If I feel like it's gonna harm me, my partners, or anybody who I'm doing any business with.
Doing what I gotta do.